Ricardo Goss. Yo, yeah. What a way to introduce yourself to the South African public, bro. Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's episode of The Corner Flag. And you are here with your favorite host, Deshane, and we are shooting our episode from Eyes Low Studios, as always. So if you're in Pretoria, you definitely know where to be if you need a plug for media. And in today's episode, of course, we will be talking Bafana Bafana versus Andorra. And yeah, it was a friendly, man. It was a friendly, so nothing too much on the line. But we're still gonna talk about it anyway because we're still going off of that, Bafana Bafana did well, AFCON phase, whatever it is, So yeah, we're definitely going to be looking at today's episode. And let's just get into it, man. Let's just get into it. First things first, looking at the lineup, I'd say Hugo Bruce had the right idea, but not necessarily the right players. And what I mean by that is, it was great of him to give other players an opportunity. I mean, even the starting lineup, the core there, I would say, was even Orlando Pirates players. I would say. I mean, your Monares were in there, your Goodman Museles, your Klokis, you know what I mean? So these dudes were all up in there, your Maswangais, So it was a core of like Pirates players. So it was nice to see a little bit of a difference. And then you got a lot to see a few people make their debuts as well. Bomokwana, Bombanjwa. So these guys got to make their debuts as well. And some of the guys who were at AFCON and didn't get as much game time. So your who's this guy? Your Terence Mashiko, of course. Who was in the back there? Kloki, CBC. CBC did play at AFCON, but not as much. I'd say, the Sundowns pairings of Bomvala and who's this? Yeah, Bomdala, Bomvala, Krankekana, So those dudes, I'd say they got more of an opportunity. But CBC did well, So yeah, it was great to see him on the field. And who else? Let's just go ahead and take a look so that I don't mislead anyone. Yeah. Okay, so let's just take a rough look at the full 11, right? So in goal was Ricardo Goss. Okay, so Ricardo Goss was there. Tapelo Moreno, of course. Kosinati Sibisi, Koki, Mashego, Monare, Goodman Musele, Mokwana, Maswangai, Mbanjwa, and Kanyiso Mayo were the people who started in yesterday's match. So yeah, it was great to see some of these guys back. Kanyiso Mayo, of course. A lot of people were complaining about the fact that he wasn't present at AFCON, so Bruce decided to give him another opportunity. It's great, like I said, it's great. He used a great plan, but just not the right players, in the sense that, it's great to see some of these players coming back, Wakanyiso and Maswangai, getting his opportunity. Mofokeng, I think, was one other person who I thought maybe they would have wanted to bring along as well, but, But for me personally, I would have liked to see some of the other overseas players as well, right? I mean, this would have been a perfect opportunity. There's nothing really on the line, nothing at stake, and they were talking about beefing up the Bafana Bafana squad. So I would have liked to see your Ethan Chislets at least get an opportunity since there's nothing on the line. Kabomelo Kodisen didn't really get the greatest of opportunities to prove himself, so it would have been great to see somebody like him as well. We did speak in the previous episode about Ayanda Seshova, but although with him, I would say as much as I want him for Bafana, I would still put him with the under-23s, at least for the first year, Bring him to Bafana so that it's part of the camps, and if there is an opportunity, you can't even give him a run. But I think primarily you want to build his core around him and the under-23 players. You put him with a lot of star players who are around the under-23 age, and then those are the players that are going to form part of his generation. So he's one, but, yeah, it depends on how you feel about that one. We do have a few boys as well out in Portugal, It's not only Pepelo Setole, we've got people like Nkanyiso Shinga, who's a fullback. So I think you will give somebody like Hugo Bruce's favorite wingback in Nico Mobi some competition. 22 years old, plays in Portugal, fast, strong, has a great pass on him as well. So it would have been nice to see him getting blooded into the team as well. I mean, there's quite a few. There's quite a few players that we could mention on this list. Lal Foster, of course, also coming back to full fitness, was playing for Burnley in the last 10 minutes or so in the 2-1 win over Brentford. So yeah, it's great to see him back. Bruce did talk about that, he's looking at the timeline around June-ish, maybe to bring him back. So he's definitely still within the plans. He has been forgiven. And yeah, let's just, cross fingers that he will get back to his best at Burnley. Before, all these things happened, he was technically the best player. So hopefully he'll pick up from where he left off. So yeah, those are the players. So now let's finally get into the match. Getting into the match, Ricardo Goss. Yo, yeah, what a way to introduce yourself to the South African public, bro. Icon. That was not it, bro. That was not it. Moomish. Yeah, that one it deserves a replay. Like, yeah. It needs some funny music in the background because I don't know what the hell that was. So he got a back pass, fumbled with it between the legs, and the number 10, the Andorra number 10, capitalized on the opportunity, of course, and scored to make it 1-0 to Andorra. And Bafana is on the back foot against Andorra. Guys, come on, right? And then after that, finally we did, pull one back. Mugwan, of course, scoring on his debut. Congratulations to him. And saved our blushes, right? I'm not gonna lie, we didn't technically lose this match, but it felt like we did. That's from my perspective, because I would have said we expected a lot better from our boys, right? We expected a lot more, especially after the brilliant showing that we had at AFCON. We do keep in mind that it's a completely different team, but still, right? Still, we do expect that the guys who are coming up there are there to prove themselves and, show us why they're being selected. And yeah, it was a lot of pressure from Bafana Bafana. I would say even though it was a new team, they had the better of the opportunities. They pressed these guys quite a lot. The subs came on as well. Obri Mudibas came on, they tried to do their thing, but yeah, honestly not. It wasn't a bad match. It wasn't a bad match, but I think we expected a lot more because we are the stronger team, coming off of a great result, of course, at AFCON as well. Yeah, I think we expected a lot more. They did dominate the way we wanted them to, but it's just not clinical enough, man. It was just some weird things. The final pass in the 18-yard area, of course, and some weird mistakes in between in the run of play. I think those kind of things kind of let us down. But yeah, we look forward to the next match against Algeria. We will be here for that as well. And if you are still here, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the video. We are, of course, on our road to 500. So thank you so much for supporting and yeah, getting us there. I do see all of the new subscribers. Welcome to the family as well. And until next time, I will see you again in the next episode of The Corner Flag.